And good morning, everybody. Here at the Women's Roller Derby World Cup 2025 edition. We're in Innsbruck. We're at Olympic World, where we've had historic Olympics competitions that have taken place. I'm Bob Noxious.
I'm over the painbow.
And we're here to kick off the very first game of the very first day.
Yeah, amazing. So this is technically game 5. We've got 3 games starting simultaneously on tracks 1, 3 and 5. So we are bringing you Black Diaspora Roller Derby versus Denmark Roller Derby here this morning in our warm sports hall. I will give you the roster for Denmark, who are playing in white today. We have 0-3 Luna Faxa, 0-4 Collider, 1-1-1 Rula Poulsen, 1-4 is Nova, 1-7 Bully, 2 is Licks, 2-3-6 is Poison Candy, 2-5 Cold Crush, 2-8 is Bloody, 3-1-1 Dynamite, 4-1-4-5 Lady Macbeth, 4-2 is Mother Mary, 5-6 Reggae, 7-9 is Muxie, and 9 is Kingo.
And for Black Diaspora, which is in the black uniforms, it's going to be number 003 Buttercup, 143 Lily Valentine, 18 is Thump Her, 20 is Marta, 3381 Helenaughty, 35 Moose Definitely, 65 is Smash, 697 is Archangel Anarchy, number 718 is Lux Furious, number 76 is Queen Luzia Tifa, 856 Iggy Impalia, 86 is D, 89 is Heart, 911 is Pork Chop Slamwich, and number 95 is Lightning McLinn.
So we will be doing anthems for these teams very shortly. These teams have not played each other before, so this will be a very exciting game for everybody. I spoke to Denmark outside earlier this morning as I was arriving, and they are looking forward to this game.
Oh, yeah.
Have a lot of fun. So Black Diaspora in quartile 1 in the tournament structure, Denmark quartile 2. For those of you who didn't hear the Power Through the Force Whistle podcast, the tournament structure, the teams have been divided into 4 quartiles. So we've got quartile 1 and quartile 2. So teams from quartile 1 play teams from quartile 2. Teams from quartile 3 play teams in quartile 4 today. Tomorrow, teams will stay in those 2 halves, but teams who won their game will play another team who won their game. Teams who didn't win their game will play another team who didn't win their game. By the end of tomorrow, everyone will have either everyone gets a point if they win the game, right?
Correct.
And 0 points if they don't win the game.
Yeah, it's a little different system than what we've seen in the past. Basically, it's if you win, you get a point. If you lose, you don't get anything. And then even though they will stay inside their respective halves for the first couple of days, the points will then determine whether or not who plays who. So somebody wins 2 wins, they play somebody else with 2 wins. Doesn't matter what part of the bracket they're in or anything like that. It's actually very cool. I think it's going to make really help make for some upsets and make for some definite matchups that we probably wouldn't have seen otherwise.
Yeah, really exciting way of doing it. I think the games will get closer and closer together the closer we get to Sunday. Yep. I'm really looking forward to seeing. I was looking at sort of results from past World Cups, and obviously the top 4 teams have been the same in every World Cup. So obviously USA have had gold every time, and then Canada, Australia and England have got an even. Every one of those 3 teams has come 2nd, 3rd and 4th at some point. I'm really looking forward to. I've got a secret. Well, it's not secret now, is it? If I say it on the live stream, and it's not secret because I literally tell everybody I've got a soft spot for France. So I'm really hoping to see them. I'm going to try and sneak in and go and see a bit of their game this afternoon while I've got a break between games. So I'm hoping to see them get in the top 4.
Yeah, and I think another one of the teams that always that people don't seem to highlight necessarily is Finland. Finland has been 5th in I don't know if it was all 3 World Cups, but definitely in the 2011-2018 World Cup. Think about that. They came in 2011 when roller derby was really fresh yet, and made that kind of impact out of 13 teams. So I've always got kind of a soft spot for them, thinking that it'll be interesting to see what they show us again this year.
Yeah, I've got a friend on Team Finland, so I'm very excited to watch them as well.
Can you pronounce their name?
Yes, Rogue Fun, one of my London teammates. Yeah, so she's very excited to watch them play. So we've had our rolling whistle. We've got quite a nice little crowd in here as well.
Yeah. Beautiful day here in Innsbruck.
See if you can hear the crowd cheers through our microphones. We've got...
So we're going to have Mother Mary lined up right now for Team Denmark. Number 311 is going to be...
that's 911 pork chop sandwich, I think, for Black Diaspora with your first lead jammer of this first game of the World Cup on track 5.
And pork chop's going to be through working on her first pass. In the meantime, we've got the jammer for Denmark that has come out, Mother Mary.
Picked up a cut track penalty, so we've got our first power jam of the game in jam 1 of this game.
And there's going to be a pass for the complete 5 points. Nice 3-wall at the back. Pork chop going to look for some room on the inside.
Yeah, it was a great sweep from Team Black Diaspora, but a really nice shutdown from one of those. I didn't see which Denmark blocker that was who appeared at the front and shut that down. That was great.
All right, going to take the points. Going to start out with a power jam. Well played. And that's going to be an 8-0 run in favor of Black Diaspora. All right, this time up we've got number 89, Hart. And of course, Mother Mary's going to come in out of the penalty box.
So a tight pack on our WFTGA jam line for the beginning of this. Looking for space in the middle. Black Diaspora with the passive offense, holding a blocker there at the back of the pack.
Nice spin move through the first turn to get away from the 2-wall by Hart. And Hart finding a seam on the inside of that pack. Didn't look like there was much there, found a little daylight.
Mother Mary now has come out of the penalty box and completed the initial pass. Again, finding space on the inside line. Pack still by the WFTDI jam line. Jam called off.
Yep, Hart's going to call that jam, going to take the points. Again, that's going to be another 8-0 run for Black Diaspora.
16 points played, 0 in this game so far, going into a jam 3. We've got a pack advantage for Denmark at the start of this jam.
And that's going to be Moose definitely out there against Nova for Denmark. Nice job by the 2-wall, now 3-wall in the back for Team Denmark. Moose definitely trying to leverage herself. Find some room on the inside, can't quite get it. They do a nice job of running her out of bounds.
Wow, we are nearly 30 seconds into this jam with no lead jammer called yet.
We're not even through the first turn yet.
Amazing blocking work from these teams. And as I said that, Moose definitely does pick up lead jammer on the inside line. We've got Nova jamming for Denmark now, star in hand. Big hit there on turn 1. Moose definitely now at the back of the pack looking for points.
And Moose definitely going to get through one more time, put up the full 4 points. You know, I like to take a moment to remind all you kids out there, it's not polite to point unless you are a jam ref. That's what my mother taught me growing up.
And then it's required. Only if you're jam reffing the lead jammer, though, otherwise it's very confusing for everybody.
Yeah. All right, Moose definitely going to call off that jam, going to pull 6 points. We now have a 22-0 lead in favor of Black Diaspora. That was a 6-0 run in favor of Black Diaspora. And we're going to line up again.
Great blocking though from Denmark to hold Moose definitely only to 6 points in that jam, I think.
All right, we've got Cold Crush out there for Team Denmark. Number 95 for Black Diaspora. It's going to be Lightning McGlynn. And McGlynn trying to fight the way through the front block, getting some help, offensive blocking, and finally going to get through. And Lightning McGlynn's going to be your lead jammer.
I think we might have a big crowd of Team Denmark fans in this hall. There was a huge cheer then when Cold Crush managed to get out just about a quarter of a lap behind the Black Diaspora jammer. So holding them just to 2 points in that jam. So again, Denmark yet to put points on the board, but they're doing a great job of holding Black Diaspora, shutting them out in that jam. And that's going to be Reggae on the jam line. Reggae from Crime City Rollers. So a skater I've seen play quite a few times. Love watching them jam.
All right, that's going to be Archangel Anarchy. That's going to break through his lead jam for Black Diaspora. And Archangel looks for a little room on the outside, comes back to the inside of the pack. Is going to get muscled to the ground by Dynamite.
So big takedown there. Oh, the jammer helmet cover has hit the ground, but wasn't taken off deliberately, so they will retain lead jammer status.
Nice job by Denmark at the back of the pack with that four wall, making things very, very difficult.
We have Reggae now, completes the initial Archangel Anarchy, making the smart choice, I think, facing that really tough four wall.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call it now.
Sometimes not giving up any points is just as important as not scoring points.
That would have been
as important as scoring points.
Really, really hard fight, and already had the 4 on that pass. Looking at the scoreboard.
All right, we've got Mother Mary out there for Team Denmark. We've got 9-11 Pork Chop Slamwich for Black Diaspora, and Denmark's going to get its first lead jam, and that's going to be Mother Mary. Crowd fired up. Nice job of that 3-wall at the back of Denmark, holding up Black Diaspora. Mother Mary trying to get some points, going to step to the inside of the track, going to have to recycle.
The blocker recycling, Mother Mary there to pick up a penalty. I didn't see what that was, but dropped to the outside of the track there.
Hello.
Let me introduce you to my friend, the floor.
Yeah, Smash living up to her name.
I just overheard the house announcer say we missed that, but we now have a power jam in favour of Black Diaspora. Didn't see what the penalty was. Picked up on the other side of the track, unfortunately, from where we are sitting. So this jam will run for the full 2 minutes, of which we have about 45 seconds left. Mother Mary was lead jammer, and they don't let you keep that when you get a penalty.
That's going to be 4 points, 4-point pass for Pork Chop Slamwich. And Slamwich going to get through on the inside of turn 1, going to pull another 4 points.
Mother Mary doing a great job of riding out a hit there on the outside line and using the momentum to come round, but is now being recycled back almost to the pivot line.
And even though this was Denmark's very first lead jam, they have yet to put points up on the board. And that's going to be the end of the jam. That's going to be a 12-0 run in favor of Black Diaspora. And I'll tell you, Mother Mary, oh no, she got 4 points.
So first points on the board for Team Denmark. 10 minutes into this half already.
Hart going to step up. They'll be surveying the back of the track. At 14 there, that's going to be Nova, the jammer 4, Team Denmark.
So our lovely producer, Rippy Longstocking, has just pointed out that was Mother Mary's second penalty in this game. Second jam out, second penalty.
And Hart going to be gone. Oh! Made it on the inside of turn number 4. Nice apex jump. And a quick 4 points for Hart.
Little dip around on the outside line. Managed to get around Roller Poulsen, but didn't get past Bully. Has picked up a cut track penalty.
Yep.
Came back on track a little bit too soon.
And Nova with the opportunity to put some more points up here for Team Denmark.
Yeah, lovely little sweep there, attempt by Denmark.
Nice 3-wall up front, going to knock her to the outside of the track. She's going to have to recycle herself. Lily Valentine doing a heck of a job anchoring that front 3-wall, although she will get a penalty at the moment. And we're going to have a jammer penalty as well.
Yeah, I think some confusion there over skaters being sent off for a penalty maybe. So Helen Orty now back out on the track.
Yeah, Hart comes out of that box, shoots right past for a quick 4 points. Now on another pass. And they will get run out of bounds. The outside of turn 2. And Hart's going to have to recycle.
Yeah, I thought so. Just watching that coming in, Nova has picked up an illegal re-entry, a cut track penalty.
All right, that's going to be the end of the jam. And that is make it a 10-3 run in favor of Black Diaspora. Score right now is Black Diaspora 50, Team Denmark 7. We've got 18 minutes remaining in the game, or in the first half, rather.
So Black Diaspora taking a team timeout. Bad time to do that. 10 minutes into the game, I think. Have a little chat. See how we're doing. They've had a few power jams so far, Black Diaspora, in their favour.
And with that, let's remind you that S1 Helmet Company is here. S1 Lifer Helmet, best fit and best protection equal made for roller derby. Get a lifer, be a lifer. S1 Helmets and Pads, protecting roller derby since 2006. Visit s1helmets.com.
I've just been informed by our producer Rippy Longstocking we've had 4 jammer penalties in this game. In the last jam. 4 jammer penalties.
All right, and they're going to bring the teams back out to the track. We're going to get going with the next jam. And we're going to see Kaleida out there against Moose, definitely.
So tight pack there on our WFTDI jam line.
And my mistake, it's Cold Crush that's out there jamming for Team Denmark. And Cold Crush going to find some room on the inside of turn number 1. Cold Crush going to be your lead jammer.
Lovely bit of toe stop work there on the inside line, I think. Just caught those blockers napping a little bit, saw the opportunity and just went for it.
Yep, very quick feet. Going to take a couple of, well, let's see, are they going to get some points out of this or not?
It's like 2 points in that jam for Denmark, brings the total to 9 in this game.
Yep, they will, they're going to take, they take the points, they call off the jam, don't surrender any points to Black Diaspora. And we got Lightning McLean out there one more time up against number 56. That's going to be Reggae. And Reggae trying to battle through a 3-wall up front. And Reggae going to pull a jammer penalty, going to have to sit for a second. We got a power jam in favor of Black Diaspora.
Yeah, not 100% sure what that penalty was. I thought I saw the hand signals for a cut track, but also heard someone shout low block. So it was a low block penalty.
Yeah.
What a great penalty shutdown by Denmark, though.
Oh, Lightning McLean, look at the balance it took there. Still going to have to come back around and recycle herself. And going to be met with an immediate 3-wall from Denmark, which is now a 4-wall.
Reggae now out of the box, looking to complete the initial pass. We don't have a lead jammer assessed so far. Reggae, of course, not eligible for lead. Picked up a penalty in this jam. So this will be key now for Black Diaspora to get Lightning McLean through, shut this jam down now because Reggae is scoring points. And a start pass, as I said that, from Lightning McLean, that's gone to 856, which is Iggy Impalia. So no lead in this jam. So we will run for the full 2 minutes. Just another 25 seconds left. The smile on Iggy Impalia's face then. Open door on the inside line to pick up 4 points.
And Reggae going to get squeezed out as a 2-wall, going to end up down to the ground. And you can tell that the Black Diaspora defense is really starting to wear on Team Denmark. You can see in some cases they've just made it very difficult for them. Absolutely.
Yeah, because most of these teams at the World Cup put in teams together specifically for the World Cup, but Black Diaspora is getting together throughout the year and season more often.
Yeah, I would say that's probably right. Yeah.
You see, missing a couple of skaters who are skating with Team USA this weekend, or USA Roller Derby, I should say. Although a lot of these Danish skaters I was looking do skate with the same team together.
It's going to be a swing and a miss, but it's still gonna drive Archangel Anarchy to the inside of the track, and I have to come back around. I'm just going to scoot through in the second turn and pull 4 points. Nice shake and bake through turns 1 and 2 for Archangel. Pull another 4 points.
Yeah, the blockers for Black Diaspora seeming to do an amazing job of being simultaneously a wall and holding the jammer, but also keeping the Denmark blockers apart to make space for their jammer.
They've also done a better job of two-way management as well, as they are out there doing some nice offensive blocking for their own jammer.
Yeah, more able, I think, to drop a couple of people on offense and hold the jammer for a few seconds with a 2-wall, giving them 2 people up to play offense, and then getting back together again.
Absolutely. All right, number 25 is going to be out there right now. That's going to be Cold Crush. It's going to be up against number 911 Pork Chop Slamwich.
So we have an official timeout. Nope, we are going back in now. And jam is on. We have an empty CC mouthguards penalty box at the moment. Of course, I've said it now, so what will happen?
And Cold Crush. Nice little skip through turn number 1. And Cold Crush can be your lead jammer. Little spark here for Team Denmark.
Is Pork Chop Sandwich now only about a quarter of a lap behind Denmark, trying to make some space, make an opportunity.
That was a nice job right there. Denmark blockers doing a nice job of creating a little seam on the inside of turn number 3. Going to get Cold Crush through for a couple of points. And this time around, we're going to see Mother Mary out there is up against Hart.
Hart trying to follow Mother Mary there through the pack.
And Hart, the legs keep moving, and both jammers come through about the same time. Lead jammer is going to be Hart, however. And Mother Mary hoping for a little space on the inside. That gets shut down pretty well by that 3-wall, though.
So Black Diaspora opting to run this jam long. So far looking like a smart decision. Hart coming around for the second scoring pass now, while Mother Mary being recycled almost all the way back to our WF2DI jam line. Still looking to complete the first scoring pass. So Mother Mary took off this helmet cover looking for a star pass in that jam zone. He picked up the 3 points.
All right. Black Diaspora going to call off the jam. Denmark going to put points up. They're going to put up 3. Black Diaspora is going to put up 8. Looking at a score of 74-22.
So we have got on our on our WFTDI jam line, got my sponsors mixed up. That is most definitely a jamming for a Black Diaspora and a number 1 for Nova jamming for Denmark.
Most definitely going to be the lead jammer. Denmark hot on her tail. She's going to call off that jam. Take what she can get out of that. If she's going to be able to get anything, she will. She'll get 3.
Yeah, Denmark in a little bit of penalty trouble here. They've got 2 blockers sitting in our CC Mouthguard's penalty box at the moment. So, yeah, Black Diaspora only having to pass 1 blocker in that jam to pick up the 3 points. And, of course, starting with quite a significant pack advantage going into this next jam as well.
All right, Reggae is going to be out there this time up against Lightning McLynn. McLynn looking for some room up the middle.
So head to the outside on Reggae and recycled back to 10-4. Meanwhile, Lightning McLynn has picked up lead.
Reggae with the star stash at the moment.
Pivot.
Being squeezed by the 3-wall up front. In the meantime, McLynn's going to come through for another scoring pass.
So the pivot for Denmark is now out of the penalty box. So the star pass will be on. Lightning McLynn being shown to the outside line by a 0-4 for Denmark. That was Collider.
And Denmark finally going to get through that pack. And that was a star stash. Reggae keeps the star. And, of course, Black Diaspora going to call that off before Reggae can pull any points. A 4-0 run for Black Diaspora.
3 points in the second pass as well. Takes them to 7 in that jam. And 24 on the board for Team Denmark. Overall plays 84 for Black Diaspora. Archangel Anarchy up jamming now for Black Diaspora, and number 25, that's Cold Crush for Denmark.
I feel like this might be the first time we've seen Bloody out on the track jamming. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Cold Crush.
So lead jammer again in this jam for Black Diaspora, coming around now on the scoring pass, launches herself through that through the middle of that wall.
Yeah, nice job of getting down low, hitting that pack hard. Sees the Danish janitor coming up on the back, gonna call off that jam.
So yeah, I think we had a star pass in that jam to Bully.
Yep.
Haven't seen too many of those in this game.
No, we haven't. In fact, that might be the first one completed.
One for each team, according to our lovely producer.
Or it might be one for each team.
It's still quite early in the morning.
Yeah.
So
that's right, coffee hasn't quite kicked in yet.
Taking a team timeout. And I will tell you about, so I've mentioned our penalty box today is sponsored by Sisu mouthguards. Smash hard, skate harder. Sisu mouthguards has your back and your teeth. Ultra thin, battle tested and built for bold athletes who play loud and hit louder. Trusted by Derby skaters worldwide.
And we can also talk about 187 Killer Pads. Industrial strength materials, unmatched ergonomic design, unparalleled excellence. 187 Killer Pads. Visit them in our vendor village. And if you're not, you can look them up online.
Yeah, you can buy them online if you're not here. Having walked through the vendor village yesterday, if you're not here, it's probably better for your bank balance.
I'm sorry, I have to argue a little bit there. I don't think it's a village. I think it's more of a small city.
Yes.
Yeah, our vendor city this time around.
If it covers 2 floors, is it really a village?
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm excited to go and get some team merch as well and support all these teams. Some of these teams have travelled so far to get here. It's just unbelievable. It's so wonderful to see.
Yeah, obviously this tournament, nothing comes close to this tournament as far as games, tracks, teams. And we've got Bloody out there right now.
Pork chop sandwich for Black Diaspora, stuck on that wall at the back of the pack.
Yeah, nice 3-wall at the back. Nice job by Licks.
But does emerge victorious from the pack, picks up lead jammer for Black Diaspora. Star Stash now for Bloody.
Bloody trying to hand that off. And I think that was like, no, you keep it.
No, I'm all right, yeah.
Yeah, appreciate the thought. Oh, Bloody almost going to get through.
Yeah, I really thought there was going to be space on the outside line there, but that was very much shut down. Ably assisted there by Licks. So Denmark setting up that 2-wall at the back, and Licks takes the pass but finds Gremlins in the floor, taking a little tumble, and is going to be recycled all the way to the back of the pack. That is my worst nightmare as a pivot.
Well, it was interesting because Licks had a decision to make, right? She could either go on and help break things up for her jammer, or position herself to take that star pass. So they got the star pass in, and there we go. And now Licks is going to get through, but Black Diaspora is going to call that jam off.
So Denmark to pick up 4 points.
Yep, it's a 14-4 run. As you can see on your screen, it's 101-228 in favor of Black Diaspora. We're coming down to the nitty-gritty here as we're under 5 minutes to go in this first half.
So the Moose definitely and Mother Mary up on the WFTGI jam line. Huge offensive hit there from number 143. That was Lily Valentine. Yep. That was beautiful textbook bit of offense.
Moose definitely did a smart thing. She held back, watched everything kind of form, found a spot on the outside of turn 1, charged right through that, got lead jam.
Ooh. Everyone paused there. There was a penalty caused, and everyone meerkatted a little bit. Was it me?
Yep. Moose definitely now up against the far wall. Going to get some help. Once again, nice offensive blocking.
But in the meanwhile, Bully's completed the first scoring pass and is now coming back round for another 4 points.
Ouch, hard fall by Moose definitely in turn 1.
It's onto how the skaters from America, who I think are mostly used to skating on sport court, if I'm right, how they find it coming and skating on our wooden sport
that's an excellent point. Yeah, I would have to think that most of them skate on either concrete or sport court.
And of course, this kind of beautiful wooden floor with 17 different colours of lines for a million different sports is normal to us in Europe. We're used to picking out that one colour. But I know from having watched MRDA Champs last year and seeing some of the chat around that people were going, oh my God, what is this floor? What is happening?
So far, so good, though. But it's early yet. By the end of the day, it might be a little harder to tell apart.
If you're watching at home, the pink lines are the track. The green lines around the outside mark the ref lane. Anything that isn't those is not relevant to our lives today and should be ignored.
3 additional colors that we put out there for your aesthetic pleasure.
So we are having an official review, and once we found out what is happening, we will bring that to you. But in the meantime, we will tell you. So our jam line today is sponsored by WFTDI. Start every jam off knowing you're covered with WFTDI insurance. WFTDI keeping you on track. Find them in the vendor area as well.
All right, let's also shout out Crash Course. Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, endurance, and agility, conquer self-doubt, and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Want to make a 2-minute jam feel easy? Visit ChrissyCrash.com to download the free Off Skates roller derby training series. Life is a contact sport. Win.
Crash Course sponsoring our team timeouts today across all our tracks. We're very grateful to them.
And if you've never had the opportunity to visit Innsbruck, a beautiful little town in the midst of the mountains. It's been unseasonably warm here.
So warm.
And here on track 5, it's probably the warmest in the venue. But although today much more reasonable than it was the last couple of days.
Yeah, it was really nice. Today's the first day. We spent a few days in Munich before we came to Innsbruck, and last night was the first night I haven't basically been a puddle while I was sleeping.
Well, I just want to let you know that when I met you yesterday, I didn't think you were a puddle at all.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you. I did leave the pillowcase in my apartment in Munich stained slightly purple as I sweated all my hair dye onto it, trying to look beautiful for all the folks at home and dyeing my hair before I came out here. So apologies to the people who own that flat in Munich. You've now got a purple pillowcase.
Or they can consider it a souvenir.
Yeah, I mean, they should just dye the rest of them purple.
I think you should give yourself more credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on somebody's Instagram story.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Famous over the painbow. Stayed in our apartment with no air conditioning on the 4th floor. So since we've had an official review, I'm going to quickly tell you who our officials are for today. Our crew head NSO is Tramadol, crew head referee is Denominator, and ably officiating our game today we have Barbara Boobs, Beth Case Scenario, Derriere, Dropkick Bruise, Fear Leader, Garth Funkel, Gaston, Misty Moan, Mr. Nitro, Slutty Hearse, Weirdo, Homo You Didn't, Lucas McNeil, Peter Parkham, Rough Draft, Sharky, Tito, Trixie Oz. So our official review we've just had, Black Diaspora were asking for a cut track penalty to be assessed to the jammer from the previous jam, and that has been upheld. Black Diaspora will retain their official review for the last 3 minutes of this period, and we will be starting on a power jam.
And that power jam, of course, is going to be anchored here by Lightning McLean for Black Diaspora.
We do have a full complement of blockers on our WFTDI jam line. Very quick through the pack there, Lightning McLean picking up lead for Black Diaspora, and now coming round, maximise this scoring opportunity.
And their blocker's doing a nice job here on, well, initially on this second pass, of dividing up the blockers of Denmark to give McLean some room. And right there.
That was Poison Candy 236, who, to my eyes, appeared by magic at the front of the pack.
Yeah.
And just went, no, I would like to slow you down and have a chat for a minute before you leave the pack. Thank you very much.
And just to get outside the zone of engagement, they're going to have to let her go. So McLean looking for some time, looking for some space on the outside. Not going to get it from the 3 wall she's got in front of her, and that's going to be anchored by Lix and Luna Faxa.
Does find space on the inside line there. Now pushing those blockers, making that ring. We have had a star pass from Denmark that has gone to Reggae, who's obviously on as the pivot. Reggae leaving a little souvenir pivot cover there, just between turns 3 and 4.
There we go. We got it. The crowd, the announcing staff, the volunteers.
Everyone pointing. We probably don't need that to stay there through the fight, through the next jam.
I would imagine if you're an official and people are pointing, you just kind of look away anyway.
There's a lot of lines on this floor.
It was not my fault.
So, in the meanwhile, we have got Cold Crush absolutely stuck on the back of that wall at the back of the pack. And Archangel Anarchy coming around now on a scoring pass for Black Diaspora Roller Derby. There's big hit, 1 to beat now up at the front, and does so, picking up 4 points. Cold Crush there still with the Star Stash now on the back, looking for an apex jump. Was that landed? I think we're going to go back and reset.
Yeah,
just to be safe.
Couldn't quite keep it in bounds. And Team Denmark with a jammer through.
That was a great bit of. I don't even know how to describe that, but kind of just almost Matrix style getting through.
Yeah. Yep.
Avoiding those hits, using their momentum.
And that's going to be another 4 points for Black Diaspora and a 4-0 run.
So we are lining up for the start of the next jam, but I think the period clock for this period is going to run to 0. Yeah, we go.
And here we are. It's 128-35 in favor of Black Diaspora. Bob Noctis sitting along Painbow. And been a very dominant game for Black Diaspora for sure. I think Denmark had some nice offensive jams. They did pretty well. I think the difference, quite honestly, though, is the blocking for Black Diaspora. The ability to recognize the opportunity to switch from defensive jamming to blocking for their, or defensive blocking to offensively blocking for their own jammer.
Yeah, I've been really, really impressed with just the speed of switching mid-jam.
Yep.
Almost simultaneously, blockers able to kind of do a second of offense and then switch back to defense. Phenomenal blocking. We've seen some really solid defense from Denmark as well, though. There was a power jam they had against them where they definitely held that for a good 10-15 seconds of that power jam. So definitely have been really impressed with them so far in this game.
All right, so that's going to wrap up the first half. And take 10 minutes. Go ahead, call mom, call grandma, get a pizza, grab a beer, whatever you do. Be back for the second half.
First rule of Sisu is, wearing a mouth guard is cool. Say the word. Sisu! Second rule of Sisu is, use a thin mouth guard, not a big old gummy one. Say the word. Sisu! Third rule, pick your Sisu style. Fourth rule, talk, breathe, drink, easily. Sisu, Sisu, Sisu! The final rule of Sisu is, unlike others, you've got up to 20 times to remold it. Who's got Sisu? Sisu!
Roller derby is a great emancipator. It's the place where like-minded people gather. It makes me feel powerful and strong when I'm able to jump through the different blockers or do a spin move.
Roller derby helped me remember that I'm an athlete. Roller derby allowed me to feel proud of my size and feel confident with the way I move and just be really proud to be the size and the shape that I am.
That I'm just gonna have a safe space to create and just spill my joy onto the track for everybody to see.
Skull Eagle was always inside pre-derby, but actually getting into roller derby allowed me the space to like amplify that part of my personality.
I often play for the little 14-year-old Lauren inside of me, and I try to make her proud.
I love roller derby.
They call it a sport, but we know better. It's a symphony of dedication, grit, and heart. Tuned to one another in a composition of chaos on a stage built for progress. Athlete-driven innovation from the first whistle to the final score. Every hit, every fall, every win, every loss, every team, every season, every body. We've got you covered.
To me, roller derby means home. Since I was a kid, I've been skating with my father in skating rinks, empty parking lots, so it's just in my DNA. Haven't had a time in my life I haven't been on skates. Every time I strap up my skates, snap my helmet, strap my pads, and step onto the track, I know that I'm just gonna have a safe space to create art for all the people on the track, and I'm just filled with joy and just spill my joy onto the track for everybody to see. I love roller derby.
Hey, I'm Lily Gaskell. I rock the Leica visor helmet in standard sizing liners in size large. I've always worn S1 helmets up until really recently, and I've started rocking the visor now because I've hit my nose and you don't know what's going to happen until it happens. And so the innovation of the protection of the visor has just been, I'm never going back. I'm always going to rock a visor now.
Okay, welcome back everybody. We're ready to start period 2 in a couple of minutes of this first game on track 5, the home of the Bruisers. Black Diaspora roller derby on 128 points and Denmark roller derby on 35.
And of course, we're at the Women's Roller Derby World Cup here in Innsbruck, beautiful Innsbruck, Austria. It's been, it's been really nice. You know, we were talking about how nice the weather was and the fact that it was unseasonably warm. There was some concern about that going on, especially for the track that we're at right now, where there's not the air, it's not air conditioned. Actually, it's been not bad at all. Been cooler today, better for the skaters.
Yeah, the weather's much cooler today. I've been told it's about 9 degrees cooler in here, Celsius, than it was yesterday. It definitely feels cooler. There's a breeze outside. It might even rain later. So yeah, it's a lot nicer in here than we were maybe a little bit concerned yesterday.
So we don't need to be worried about being reduced to a puddle.
Not yet,
okay.
No.
All right.
We're all good. So first half of this game, Denmark managed to get lead jammer 3 times. Other than that, and a couple of jams where we didn't have a lead. Black Diaspora have been dominant in terms of getting lead jammer. But in fact, our highest scoring jam of the first half was only 14 points. That was the most points either team have put up in a jam.
Yeah, for as one-sided as the game has been, it was maintained within control by Team Denmark for sure.
So we've got Pork Chop Sandwich jamming and picking up lead jammer for Black Diaspora. We've got Cold Crush jamming for Team Denmark now with 1 to beat up at the front. That is the pivot for Black Diaspora, being joined now by some friends. Oh, finding space, but also taking a little spill onto the inside line, being forced to reset at the back of the pack.
Yeah, Cold Crush going to get through this time around. And in some ways, they may have just been setting up for their jammer to come back through. Again, nice offensive blocking by Black Diaspora.
So Black Diaspora running this jam long again. So Cold Crush picking up 4 points. I think they're trying to clear the penalty box. They've got a blocker in the box there, I can see across the hall. Oh, but we've got a power jam now in favour of Denmark. Jam called off there for injury. We're just going to check all our skaters are okay.
And of course, that's going to give us an opportunity to talk about some of our other sponsors here. Let's talk about Sucker Punch Skate Shop. Biggest roller derby shop in Europe. Fast shipping, large stock, expert advice at the best price. SuckerPunchSkateShop.com. Or, of course, if you're here, you can stop by the vendor city, as we like to call it.
Vendor Village is an understatement. We've decided. We've renamed it the Vendor City. And you all know if we say it into a microphone, it's true now. It's the law.
Oh, my goodness. The shape the world would be in if everything I said on a microphone were true.
Dangerous. Dangerous times.
And, of course, we can shout out to my roller derby, the roller derby shop specialist in France and Europe.
Just watching one of our non-skating officials with a clipboard fanning our jam timer, creating a breeze. We've got some big industrial fans in here. We've got the door open. It's actually not too bad in here.
No,
I've definitely been in warmer sports halls than this one.
Yeah. When they walked us through it yesterday, it was considerably warmer than it is at the moment. Of course, it's early in the day yet. All right. We also want to shout out to 888 Helmets, elevating derby safe standards with cutting-edge technology. 888.
So we should tell you about the other games we've got coming up on this track today. So after this game, we have got Spain versus New Zealand, which I personally am quite excited about. I think that's going to be quite a good game. I think that's going to be quite a close game. Just finding my schedule here. So that will be game 10 of today. And then we've got Norway versus South Africa, and then West Indies versus Chinese nation. So that's the 4 games on this track in the home of the Bruisers today. And so you can find the rest of the schedule for the other tracks on various websites. Well, we start this jam now with a power jam for Denmark, and we have got number 2-8. That is Bloody.
And Bloody looking for some room in the middle of turn 2. It's a pretty stiff, really stiff 4 wall. Licks out there trying to get some licks in, try to free up their jammer.
Porkchop Sandwich now out of the box. Denmark set up, waiting. Porkchop will be eligible for lead, starting the jam in the box, and just as I thought that Porkchop was going to find space on the outside line, we've got a lot of recycling going on. We're very good for the environment in roller derby. We like recycling.
Yes.
Well, jammers probably don't like that.
All right, Lick's going to get the star pass.
So Porkchop Sandwich is your lead jammer in this jam, but Licks is right behind. So what are we going to do? We are going to run a jam.
Lick's taking a huge lick right out the outside of turn number 2.
Yeah, I think Licks was airborne for a second.
Yeah. And I believe that was Smash, and Smash, who is not letting up, has also gone back to help recycle her and continue to shove her out of bounds. I shouldn't say shove, to use one's backside to bump her out of bounds.
Shoving implies the use of forearms, which would be against the rules. I feel like our officials would have something to say about that. So Licks now fully trapped on that wall at the back. Porkchop Sandwich racking up the scoring passes in this jam. I think Porkchop might have heard me say that 14 was the highest scoring jam in the first half and decided
well, we can tap that.
to try and do better.
And she does. And that will be the biggest jam of the game, and thus potentially the day so far.
I was really interested. I'm a bit of a maths nerd, so I was interested to know things like who can we find out who the first person to get a penalty was in the game? Like, can we do highest scoring? I'd love to know how many total miles travelled there's been.
So you're talking about things that I had the option to take classes for in school, and I opted out. I admire your tenacity with mathematics. Mine, unfortunately, are not all that great. But I like the result.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how to get there, but I like the result.
Yeah, I don't have the attention span to actually do things like find out how far every single person travelled and add it all up. I'm interested to know. I want somebody to do the hard work of that for me.
Gotcha.
So we've got Lightning McLean up against Reggae. We've got a Danish block taking off to take a seat in the penalty box. 2 blockers from Denmark taking a seat in the penalty box.
Doing a nice job of pinning McLean to the inside of the first turn line. And McLean going to use those toe stops, get around on the outside coming out of turn number 1.
But Reggae is not far at all behind now, so...
Yeah, and it looks like Black Diaspora is... they're not going to... It doesn't look like they're pumping the brakes this half.
No, they also have a pivot in the penalty box though, so again they might be looking to clear the box and get all their skaters out. They've got a little points cushion now. Denmark there opting to put all 4 of their blockers on defence.
Yeah, a lot of nice work there. 79 Moxie anchoring that wall at the back. Everybody giving each other a pat on the back because I think they were congratulating each other on not just falling to exhaustion. At the end of that, they were so trapped.
Yeah, do you know, it must be so hard to remember these teams have got to play a full-length game every day in this tournament. So scoring that jam was 7 points up for Denmark, 8 points up for Black Diaspora. So we have 160 plays 50, and we are in an official timeout. I'm going to tell you about another one of our sponsors, Double Threat Skates. Established in 2013, they are one of Europe's most trusted roller derby shops. Owned by Kitty from London Roller Derby, every single one of them working in the shop plays roller derby, and they are very cool. And they are also in the vendor village.
See, I had a feeling you would have said they were cool even if it wasn't written into the sponsor. Really.
I mean, because it's true.
You know
I do know them, and that's how I know that they're cool. And it deserves to be said.
All right. And jam is underway. Number 14 for jammer for Denmark. Nova is going to end up in the penalty box. So
yeah, I believe that was a cut track penalty. Our producer Ripley Longstocking paying attention to that while I was still too busy thinking about how cool everyone at Double Threat is.
Moose definitely out there by her lonesome.
So Black Diaspora doing a great job there of splitting up that Denmark wall, holding one at the back, splitting the rest up, and again that was 2-3-6. Poison Candy doing some solid work blocking.
Nice footwork by Moose definitely. And there we have it, number 14, Nova is out of the box for Team Denmark. And now Diaspora's going to tell them to call it off. They're not going to concede any points. That's going to be a 12-0 run in favor of Black Diaspora. 172 to 50. All right, Cold Crush is going to be out there this time around for Team Denmark. And we've got Archangel Anarchy for Black Diaspora. Of course, Black Diaspora in the black jerseys, the white and red jerseys are going to be Team Denmark.
Oh, that was amazing awareness from Cold Crush. Seeing that space, that was a phenomenal bit of jamming.
And then moving sideways to be able to get through it. Yep. terrific.
That was being able to see into the future jamming. You could see where the space was going to appear. Yeah. I'm in awe of it. So lead jammer for Denmark, but being shown the outside line, nearly landed on top of one of our photographers.
Yeah, I would imagine that's not a first for the photographer either.
It's an occupational hazard, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
So Archangel Anarchy, they're completing part of that pass backwards, which I'm always here for. I really love the little coloured accents on, I pointed out on the helmets before we came on stream, but they're on the shorts and the shirts as well, the little teal and sort of gold coloured accents on the Black Diaspora uniforms. Very subtle, very nice.
Yeah, almost like a little car customization, like they did little pinstriping.
Go faster stripes. So there's Bloody and Pork Chop Sandwich, and very quickly jammer for Pork Chop Sandwich there, finding space on the inside. Bloody with the star stash.
Sandwich trying to find something toward the inside of turn one. Actually going to get forced into the inside by Team Denmark and might find herself some space, and she does.
That was Poison Candy again, doing some really solid blocking up at the front there, slowing Pork Chop down. Looks like we have had a star pass to Lix. Lix doing putting a shift in today, taking those star passes for Team Denmark. And again, Black Diaspora are going to be running this jam long.
There you go. Lix going to put some points up on the board. That's a full 4 for her. That time Lick's going to get run to the outside. And that's going to be the end of that jam.
That was such a nice bit of blocking from Denmark at the front of the pack that I forgot I was supposed to be talking about roller derby and I was just watching. We did have a Denmark blocker, did pick up a direction penalty though for that, right at the end of that jam. So we will start with a pack advantage for Black Diaspora. Denmark doing the smart thing and opting to take the front line with a blocker deficit, and that is Reggae on the WFTDI jam line for Denmark.
And Lightning Malin out there for Black Diaspora. Lightning Malin held up behind a nice 3-wall up front from Team Denmark. And look at that, she gets rescued. And ditched on the outside, but blocker going out at the same time. Yeah. Looked like Buttercup's doing a nice job out there driving wedges, trying to create some space for McLean.
This is some phenomenal blocking from Denmark though. They are Black Diaspora now on a power jam. Lightning Malin does have lead. They are getting the instruction from the bench now to call the jam. Black Diaspora had a blocker in the box. That blocker was released, and that will leave Reggae standing in the box. So power jam start for Black Diaspora. Less than 10 seconds of power jam start, but I strongly suspect that's all they need to get out and get lead.
All right, Moose definitely out there jamming for Black Diaspora at the moment. Of course, it is a power jam.
Reggae back on track now, and Moose definitely has picked up lead. So Reggae with the star stash.
I'll tell you, I'm sitting here and I'm just watching Smash go up and down through that pack and move people. Such a nice job.
So great work from Denmark there, just holding Black Diaspora to just 3 points on that power jam start. It could have been a lot worse.
That's a victory in and of itself. All right, if you're just joining us from home, Denmark in the white with red accents, Black Diaspora in the black with the white accents.
And we are just slightly short of halfway through the second period of this game. Got Archangel Anarchy and Mother Mary on our jam line. Mother Mary picked up a few jammer penalties in the first half.
And she does a nice job of navigating Black Diaspora blockers, crowd getting into it.
Now Mother Mary on a power jam, this time in Denmark's favour. Oh!
Yeah, she got tripped up. They're going to let her keep skating.
Yep.
And now the Danish crowd's starting to get into it.
So Archangel Anarchy now back on the track, just absolutely slicing through that wall of Danish blockers. Denmark very good at trying to trap the jammer on the inside line and escort them to the floor, but it didn't work for them that time.
Yep. And there, Mother Mary going to get through, pull the points, call a jam. It's going to be 8-0 run for Denmark. Nice jam for them.
Yeah, and I think particularly for Mother Mary, having picked up a few penalties in the first half, that will be a really nice confidence boost. That'll be a really nice feeling. So I've gone out, got lead, picked up 8 points.
Yeah.
Textbook, lovely jam.
All right, Pork Chop Slamwich out there one more time, and that she's going to be up against Cold Crush for Denmark. And Pork Chop makes quick work of it.
So Denmark now coming back, looking to do some offense for their jammer.
Nice job by the two-wall for Denmark. Although once again, Black Diaspora doing a nice job of running some interference to get that jammer free.
Yeah, again, really smart play, taking the jammer out. Only one person needs to run the jammer back. Everyone else can stop and do a little bit of smashy offense on the way through.
And star pass one more time. Guess who that might be?
Is it Lix again?
It is. Lix getting a workout up front, taking a probably on her 4th or 5th jammer or star pass at this point.
Yeah, really smart work there from Cold Crush. You help me out, I'll help you out. You took the star, so I'll stop you getting recycled too far back. That's teamwork.
Pork Chop Slamwich already putting 8 points up in this jam. And looking to add to that.
Lix is on a scoring pass though, right? So
yes.
There's some smart choices made by the Black Diaspora bench in terms of when to run it and when to call it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And that's going to be 11-4 run in favor of Black Diaspora.
Yeah, just tickling that 200-point mark now. Denmark on 17. So that is Lightning Glen and Bloody, our jammers on this jam, on our WFTDI jam line. We've got a tight pack. Spreading out now.
Oh, McLean fighting. And getting close to the end of the zone of engagement.
Yeah. That was such a nice bit of blocking that I could not resist going, yeah. Well done. I could see that was 0-3 Luna Faxe.
And just in the nick of time. Almost had to let her go.
Almost out of play. And then yeet to the inside line. Managed to stay in bounds themselves.
Oh, McLean easy pass on the outside of the first turn. That's a swift 4.
Bloody now through with the star stash. Denmark having a little bit of penalty trouble again. I can't see the penalty box, but I could only see 2 blockers on track. So I think, yeah, 2 Denmark blockers, sorry, in the penalty box. They are smiling though.
I know.
They look like they're having a lovely time. And of course that was what they said to me this morning, was what they wanted from this game was fun. This will be the biggest stage that a lot of these skaters have played on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And just to reflect a little bit on the Danish team, we've got leagues represented are Aalborg, actually Paris Roller Derby is represented here, Copenhagen Roller Derby, Crime City from Manchester, Smile City, and that's the one that triggered the thought for me. So you said they're all smiling?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And then the Brighton Rockers as well.
Yeah, so a lot of these skaters coming from Aalborg roller derby, I think 10 or 11 on their charter of 20 from Aalborg. Some of them dual roster for Copenhagen as well. Reggae, of course, from Crime City and Malmo. I'm trying to remember who it was on Paris. I won't say because I'll probably get it wrong.
But you know who else spent major time in Denmark? Bob Notches did.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. 5 months on a foreign exchange program. That many years ago.
3 years ago, 4
years
ago.
So min danskar ikke godt. But and right now I'm going to I'm going to have people rolling probably at their house, because when you go there, they try to teach you. If you don't speak Danish when you get there, they try to teach you this one phrase, and I'm going to say it right now. And I'm going to completely butcher it, and it's "ukul melfluva." And right now they're just rolling. They're just like, it's something with milk. I don't even remember what it was. I didn't swear. I just want everybody to know I was speaking clean, or at least I was trying to.
So we've got Moose Def being shown that inside line, but picks up a no earned pass, so through and coming around for a scoring pass, but didn't pass every blocker, inbounds upright and legally, so no penalty but no lead, but will score points now.
Moose definitely talk about a nice counter block right there. Way to keep her balance.
Looking to the crowd for some cheering there, but I think they are literally all here for Denmark.
Yeah. That's right. The Danes are up early in the morning, apparently. And of course, their time zone is also much more aligned, probably, within a lot of the team from Black Diaspora.
Yeah. So, of course, that does mean that Reggae is lead.
Reggae going to put up a quick 4.
Oh, and is on a power jam. I'd missed that. I can see the Denmark bench coach signalling power jam, but Moose definitely is in the penalty box.
And she's going to call a jam off. And that's going to be a 4-4 run, a 6-4 run in favor of Team Denmark.
And Friesen Moose definitely in the penalty box for the start of the next jam, so Denmark will start on a power jam. Does look like they are going to call a crash course team timeout. So we can tell you about another one of our sponsors, Vifa Skates. Vifa is a historic European skate brand, crafting quality footwear since 1920 and producing roller skates since the 1950s. Proudly made in Europe, Vifa combines tradition with innovation right from their Vienna-based workshop. You can learn more about their colour customizable line at the Vifa booth in the vendor village if you're here, and on their website, presumably if you are not here.
I think we could actually say that the vendor village is a vendor township.
Yes.
I think that would, city might be a little big, township I think is about right. I don't think I've ever seen so many tables laid out at one event before. All right. Let's also throw some love at Helbo Skating, European leader for roller derby team uniform, jersey, and leggings. It's made in France. Visit Helbo Skating in, of course, the vendor township. And I'm sure you can find them online.
So we are going to be starting this jam on a power jam for Denmark. Moose definitely, I think, is standing in the box. So, yeah, and returning to the track now. But Cold Crush, you can tell by the cheers that you can probably hear through our microphones, is your lead jammer for this jam. Most definitely now is out. Completes the initial, coming round to score. It's going to have to take a second to put that helmet cover back on.
Yeah, Cold Crush up against the four wall up front, realizes that that's not going to go anywhere. Is their Team Denmark smart to call off that jam with a 3-0 run for them?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, probably not worth the fight to pick up that one extra point, but managing to get 3 in that jam, holding Black Diaspora to 0. That's a nice little run of a couple of jams for Denmark.
Yeah, absolutely. They've still, obviously, they've had the fight in them the entire game. Actually, the score is probably more lopsided, or the score doesn't reflect what we're seeing jam by jam.
No, and that is, I think, is that the third lead jammer in a row for Denmark? Yeah, so Mother Mary now with Denmark's third lead jammer in a row. Looking to score some points. Archangel Anarchy now with the Star Stash completes the initial.
And Mother Mary's going to get through, call off the jam, going ahead and take the point advantage. That's, yep, nice 4-0 run. And as you said, Denmark on a roll right now.
We have just shy of 8.5 minutes left in this half. I'd love to see Team Denmark hit the century by the end of this jam. I mean, they could do it by the end of this jam.
Definitely possible.
Definitely possible.
All right, Bloody out there right now for Team Denmark, and Bloody is going to be up against Pork Chop Slamwich. And Slamwich going to find room on the outside of turn 1. Going to get through very quickly for lead jam. And Bloody looking to pull a Star Stash. Going to get met by a 3-wall up front by Black Diaspora. Does a really, really nice job of holding her up.
And that is a star pass. This time that has gone to Bully, I believe. Yeah,
yes.
Bully for Denmark. Not Licks this time.
No, Licks got a break in that one.
Sharing star pass receiving duties.
There we go. Bully excited by putting points up on the board, as she should be.
That's the eternal dichotomy of being a pivot, isn't it? Is the sadness when you realise you're being left to do a scoring pass and this is not really your thing. And then you get that full 4 points and it's a great feeling.
No, I just always feel like, like if that were me, it'd be, no, you keep it.
Yeah.
No, I don't want it.
I'm all right.
Put my hands behind my back. All right, Pork Chop Slamwich. Free and clear. You see both teams set up. 4-wall, 4 Black Diaspora. You can see that Team Denmark trying to run some interference through that 4-wall, get their jammer free. And Bully having a tough time of it going into turn 3.
Yeah, Black Diaspora, they're just shrugging off that offense now as Pork Chop Slamwich coming around for a 4th scoring pass.
Oh, looks for a little room on the inside of turn 3. Not gonna get run out of bounds. And there you have a 12-4 run in favor of Black Diaspora, or 12-7 run in favor of Black Diaspora. Denmark at this point with 90 points. Black Diaspora with 222.
2-2-2. That's a beautiful score. 2-2-2.
There you go. Danish crowd out in mass here this morning. And that's one of the fun things about these tournaments too, is just to see everybody dressed in team colors out in the audience, cheering them on.
Yeah, it's phenomenal walking around this building this morning and just seeing all these people. The amount of skaters I've walked past, I've just gone, oh my God.
Yeah, I know. Lightning McLean out there right now for Black Diaspora. And there we go. And there's
another lead for Denmark. And a very quick star pass there for Black Diaspora. That's gone to Hart.
And Denmark finding momentum in the second half. Granted, they're just chipping away little by little, but still, it's very impressive. It's been a lot of fun to watch. You know, I think Denmark has to feel pretty good about their performance here today, even though it's a loss and it's a little lopsided.
I think they knew it was going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
I think we all knew this was going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
I think, you know, a lot of these day one games are going to be a little lopsided. They should be really proud of themselves. They've done some phenomenal work.
Who's definitely out there jamming right now for Black Diaspora. Number 25 for Denmark is going to be Cold Crush. Cold Crush going to find some room on the inside. Cold Crush going to get through good. All right, lead jammer is actually going to be Moose Definitely, and Moose Definitely is going to call off that jam before Cold Crush can put any points up on the board.
Yeah, I think Black Diaspora don't need to be taking any chances at the moment in jammer foot races, do they?
No, they really don't. I mean, right now time is so far on their side.
It did create a nice breeze, though, as they came past us.
Yes, it did.
I'm not sure the OPRs love it.
We're all about the speed change today.
Yeah.
All right, Archangel Anarchy going to attempt an apex jump in turn one, not going to be able to land it inbounds.
Yeah, we had Poison Candy sent off for a 4-round penalty, I think, and there was just a moment where everyone went, was it me? And yeah, Archangel Anarchy really tried to take advantage of that. But we have another lead for Mother Mary in Denmark.
And they're going to tell her to call off the jam. I thought there might be a nod and a wink in there and be like, yeah, do with it what you can.
Yeah, or even maybe just, you know, run the pack a little bit and burn the clock down and get that blocker out of the penalty box. But, they were anyway. They've got 4 on there. They have got 1 in the box.
All right, Nova out there one more time against Pork Chop Slamwich. And that's going to be I believe that's a pack advantage for Black Diaspora. There we go. Another lead jam.
And that was a huge, huge recycle there on Pork Chop Sandwich from Denmark.
Nova with some nice footwork on the outside of turn number 4. Nice body control staying in bounds.
Yeah, it was a beautiful little
she is pumped. And she's going to call off the jam. She's going to get run to the inside of the track, realizes she doesn't have any real estate. Going to call that jam off. And that's going to be a nice 6-0 run in favor of Team Denmark. And Denmark breaks 100 points.
Hey, that's what we like to see. And they have held Black Diaspora scoreless for 2 or 3 jams in a row, I think.
All right, and we've got a timeout.
We've got an official review. So I'm going to tell you about another one of our lovely shirt sponsors, Skate Good Club. Roller derby uniforms that work as hard as you do. They've got 4 different uniform options and 6 different lengths. Skate Good Club guarantees everyone will feel comfortable on the track. Skate good, look good. And they are also in our vendor township.
I suppose we should really pass that, and the fact that we annexed that, we should probably pass that along to the other announcers.
Yeah.
And really the rest of the roller derby crew that's here.
Yeah, we should make sure everybody knows that that's what we've decided. Yeah.
I think it deserves the name. We should come up with like a specific name. It could be their township inside Innsbruck.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, it's not that.
So
see, I'm an ideas guy.
Yeah, I like it.
Not good ideas, but ideas
if you
nonetheless.
throw enough of them out, sometimes one of them sticks, and that's what I go with. 99% of what I say is absolute nonsense. Sometimes.
Once in a while, there's a great nugget that comes out in there, right? All right, let's shout out for Hypno Skates, looking for top quality quad skates that deliver on comfort and performance. Visit Hypno Skates right here in the vendor village, and I'm sure online, to try and fit the famous Hyperion boot. Skaters rave about our high-end models and fantastic full packages for fresh meat and intermediate skaters. Find your next pair at hypno.it.
So Black Diaspora are asking for a cut track call to be assessed to the Denmark jammer for an action that happened before lead was assessed. So not right at the end of the jam, but before lead jammer was assessed. I did see someone going, "Oh, me." We are just waiting to see what the outcome of that will be. Don't see anyone being told to go to the box. We still have 2 jammers on our WFTDI jam line. So I am going to go ahead and assume that that review was not upheld. Thank you. Rippy Longstocking, our lovely producer and announcer track lead for this, track 5. Has let me know that that wasn't retained. So Moose definitely thinking that there was space on the inside line there, but being shut down. That was Poison Candy again, who has now gone to the penalty box. But this 4-wall of licks and 4-1-4-5 for Denmark. That's Lady Macbeth doing a solid job there of holding.
There we go. Moose definitely just biding her time, waiting for a space to open, and what it does with that quick feet gets through there in a hurry. Going to be your lead jammer.
We've got a very small little pack on track now. We've got 4 blockers for Black Diaspora. For a minute there, Lux was the only blocker for Denmark on the track.
I think Lix deserves a little extra love from the Danish crowd today.
Yeah, Lix
doing the hard work.
We're not giving out MVPs for every game, but if we were, I think that Lix would be my MVP for this game. So Denmark now with a tripod back on track, giving Moose definitely some trouble on this 3rd scoring pass. We have had another star pass to Lix for Denmark. And Moose definitely calls off the jam. Not running, a little bit of kindness to Lix this time and not running the jam long.
Yep.
But also possibly looking at the period clock and calling that off with enough time to get in one more jam before the end of this game. Taking a timeout, so our crash course timeout right at the end of this game for Black Diaspora. And we would like to give a big shout out to Roller Derby House, proud sponsor of this year's Roller Derby World Cup. Visit rollerderbyhouse.com and skate like the champions you are.
Little cheers and coming from the U.S., I love it when I come to Europe and I hear all the chanting and the singing and all the accolades that they're able to express to their skaters. Well, of course, I think just sports in general, honestly, but we're a lot more boring that way.
I did wonder if we'd have some chants for the teams. I know a lot of the European teams have got their own chant that all their fans sing in the crowds. I don't know if anyone's come up with any for this for our national and borderless teams for this weekend.
All right, Archangel Anarchy looking for some room. They're going to jump over a fallen co-skater.
But we do have Mother Mary out completing the initial as well, just quarter of a lap behind on our S1 track. And we've got a power jam in favour of Denmark. That is a forearms penalty going to Archangel Anarchy. So this jam will run the full 2 minutes and will be our last jam of this game. and all our skaters from both teams lined up on the benches to cheer on the skaters on track.
Mother Mary standing up against some pretty staunch blocking as the team is on their feet and cheering.
Oh! Bully finding the floor right in front of us with a big smile.
Yeah. And Anarchy splits that. Through untouched. And
that was a cut track penalty, so Mother Mary aware of the two skaters that were right there, but the other two skaters of Black Diaspora did go back in an attempt to recycle. So that will be a cut track penalty for Mother Mary. Mother Mary will finish this game in the penalty box.
And that's going to be it. It's going to be the end of the game.
We will just wait for this score to become official. I've been caught out that way before when I tell people the score and then it changes. So I'm reluctant to do that again. But what an incredible game. What amazing play from Team Denmark. The score makes it look a lot different than what we were actually seeing with our eyes.
Yeah, I think it's what you said from our own expectations. Black Diaspora we know is going to be a furious, difficult team for anybody to play. I think Denmark really should be proud of the fight that they put up. For them to pull 112 points against this such a formidable team is, I think, an accomplishment. And you can tell from their body language they're excited about what they've done out there.
Yeah, 100% they should be. Black Diaspora, I know some people who are tipping them to be, a team that could go quite a long way in this and potentially get to kind of last 4, last 6. I think they've done an amazing job. I've seen some incredible blocking.
Denmark comes in, they come out of this building, hit some momentum. And of course, as we've seen in these tournaments all the time, teams that come in that get beaten early on, with especially with a fight this hard, they become formidable as the tournament progresses.
Yeah, we're only on day 1, so they will go through tomorrow to play another team from that kind of quartile 1 and 2 grouping in the top half of our bracket. So yeah, I'm really excited to see who they end up playing tomorrow.
All right. So with a final score, official score, 246 in favor of Black Diaspora Roller Derby and 112 to Team Denmark. I am Bob Noxious, sitting next to Over the Paintball. We want to thank you for tuning in and stay tuned for the next game.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody.